Hello, my name is Cintia Joana de Covarrubias. I'm from campus of Hermosillo, and I will present to you the evidence 3. Hope you enjoy it. First, I will talk about the Persian Gulf War that started on August 2 of 1990 and finished on February 28 of 1991. This war was an international conflict triggered by the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. Iraq's leader Saddam Hussein ordered the invasion of Kuwait with the aim of acquiring the nation's oil reserves. World Wide Web. On August 6, 1991, the World Wide Web went live in the world. There was no fanfare in the global press. In fact, most people around the world didn't even know what the internet was. While a number of browsers applications were developing during the first 2 years of the web, it was Mosaic which arguably had the most impact. It was launched in 1993. 9/11 terrorist attack. On September 11 of 2001, 4 airlines were hijacked by 19 militants associated with the Islamic group Al-Qaeda against targets in the United States. 2 of the planes were flown into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. The third plane hit the Pentagon just outside Washington, D.C., and the last plane crashed in the Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Indian Ocean tsunami. A powerful undersea earthquake that struck off the coast of Sumatra Island on December 26 of 2004. The quake had a magnitude of 9.1, making waves that reached a height of 9 meters. This tsunami had consequences on India, Maldives, and Thailand, sustaining massive damages. Same-sex marriage. On June 26, 2015, the Supreme Court ruled that gay Americans had the right to marry in every state in the country. The LGBT community didn't take this date as a symbol of marriage equality or gay rights. It's a day that commemorates the collective change of mind, that American ability to choose freedom and equality. March for Our Lives. It was a student-led demonstration in support of legalization to prevent gun violence in the United States. The march was organized by the Tragedy at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. It took place in Washington, D.C. on March 22 of 2018. Protesters urged for individual background checks of the gun sales, raising the federal age of gun ownership and possession. Globalization is the process by which people, ideas, and goods move easily across borders, spurring more interaction and integration between the world's cultures, governments, and economies. Terrorism is a violent and criminal act committed by individuals or groups by which to intimidate societies, governments, or against an ideology. On the other hand, unipolar world is a scenario where most of the world's region, economy, social, and cultural aspects are influenced by a simple state or region or country. In digital era is a period where a shift process occurs from industrial-based to an information-based economy using computer or other devices as medium or communication. The emergence of globalization was introduced to promote inherited wealth among all countries in the world. The United States was notably being identified as the leader in globalization after the World War II. In 1993, they introduced the North American Free Trade Agreement, which was a movement aimed at eliminating trade boundaries and promoting globalization. There were other transport systems such as road and air transport, and communication forms such as introduction to the internet and cell phones. With the inventions of these advanced forms of transport and communication, billions of people were connected globally. Poverty is not the main cause of terrorism. There are normally ideological religious causes of outrage by mythical national sentiment or desperate cry for minorities that end up degenerating those clandestine nuclei that practice terror. In addition, these groups are usually adored by the certain ideology for which they claim to fight, and around most minorities can support accession and understandings. Ever since it became clear that an exhausted Soviet Union was calling off the Cold War, the quest has been on a new American role in the world. The emergence of the USA as a sole surviving power in the post-Cold War was in the post-USSR world. The dominant role that the USA played in the Gulf War and willingness of almost all the major nations to support the U.S. policies and moves in the United Nations. The strength gained by it due to the end of the Cold War, weakness of Russia, and inability of other states to challenge U.S. power. Half of us believe that increased use of digital media has improved our lives, according to recent World Economic Forum research. From social networking to how we work, digital media is now interested in much of what we do, improving our productivity and facilitating how we interact and communicate. The age of smartphones has left humans with such a short attention spans. Even a goldfish can hold a thought for longer, writes Leon Watson at the Telegraph. The list of positive and negative repercussions of increased digital media use is long.